Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. It's me, Mikey fucking Pipes. Tuesday morning, 6:25 here in the great communist state of New York. It is April 15th, 2025. I'm exhausted. I really am exhausted. We are officially on the first day of Holomoid Pesach, or the intercession days between the first and second days of the holiday of Passover, where you have a limited diet mixed in with praying and eating and hang out with friends and family and all that good shit. You know what I mean? So I have not been to the shop since I left on Friday, and I'm low on fuel, and I'm gonna hit OK. There you go. It reminds me when I'm low on fuel on the main screen and on that screen. Nonetheless, I have a hopefully very peaceful day today. I have an estimate today in Queens. A customer is looking for, a new residential client is looking for a replacement HVAC system, thinking about electrification with heat pump technology. I was like, that's great. That is excellent. We have a couple great brands that we work with. A cost-effective, yet I believe is a very powerful punch, delivers a very powerful punch. The folks over at ACIQ, made in the same plant as Bosch is made in. You know what? It's the same stuff. Fraction of the price. And Bosch, of course, their home comfort products, their IDS line of high-efficiency inverter heat pumps. Non-communicating, but ACIQ's got that covered. Really, really nice. And then I have my first air conditioning service call of 2025. We have an existing residential client. They have a Carrier Infinity, all the bells and whistles. A Carrier Infinity communicating 5-ton central AC system. And she turned it on yesterday because it was a little warm. And she's got an error of low pressure on the communicating stat. Yeah, it sucks. It's inevitable. It's one of the things with air conditioning. It's kind of like life. Death and taxes are two things you can't avoid. With air conditioning, it's kind of hard to avoid, a refrigerant leak in the coil or in a line set at a joint. So we'll be checking that out. Hopefully I'll record some content for the Mikey Pipes Pipe Doctor YouTube channel. Anyway, we're right around the corner from the shop. I need to have a coffee because I'm exhausted. I think I'm going to do a double shot of espresso this morning with a couple extra shots of sugar. Yeah. Yep. Let's get that going. I swear this thing makes the best coffee. And you know what? If Johnny Sunshine wasn't such an asshole, right? I think I would send him one. The Jura S8. It makes literally, this is a single shot of espresso, 2 ounces, by the way. This thing makes a coffee, 2 coffees at the same time, cappuccino, a latte macchiato, flat white milk, milk foam, and hot water. You load it right on top, whole beans. If you're not as fortunate, you put your, is that one? Yeah, you put your ground beans in here, right? Water's there, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty chill. It's a nice chill machine. See, it says not enough coffee, ground coffee in there. It's smart. It knows its shit. So a couple things I want to go over with you guys this morning. Number one, I just got to my desk, and we have a check to the Mikey Pipes Philanthropy Fund from Bob Chaparrett in Paterson, New York. Thank you for your donation. It's much appreciated. He wrote us a letter. Mikey Pipes. Here we go. Hi, Mikey fucking Pipes. Encloses a small donation for your philanthropy fund. I watch your videos daily. Very impressed with the way you got the hot water replaced for the cancer victim in the trailer. So far away and at no cost to them. In regards to you, the crew, Stoli, and Gigi. Sincerely, Bob. Thank you, Bob. Appreciate your donation to the Mikey Pipes Philanthropy 501c3 charity. It's a taxable, it's a tax deductible, donation. So I really thank you so much, guys. In case you guys don't know, the Mikey Pipes Philanthropy Network is a charity, a public nonprofit charity that I set up when my main YouTube channel hit 100,000 subscribers, and with a mission and a goal to provide free or low-cost plumbing, heating, cooling services to those in the community who can't afford to hire a professional. And just last Saturday, it was last Sunday night, closer to midnight, I come back home and I check my phone. I have an urgent message from my pipesforfree.org website. And there's a elderly man who has a colostomy bag. He's a cancer survivor living in a trailer in Minnesota. He's got no hot water for 3 weeks, and he can't afford to replace a water heater that these companies are charging him $4,000 or $5,000 to replace. I'm like, what the fuck is up with this? Like, created a video, put it out there on the Mikey Pipes YouTube channel. We got a lot of plumbers in the area showed interest. One called right away. I'll do it tomorrow. I bought the water heater from Menards online. He picked up driving an hour away and then an hour to the job. And in less than 24 hours, this elderly man, cancer survivor with a colostomy bag, was able to take a shower for the first time in 3 weeks with hot water. Yeah, that's fucking impressive. Another donation from Neil Shamitz in Huntingdon, Pennsylvania. It says, "Dear Mikey Pipes, always enjoy and look forward to watching your videos. Amazing how many hot water steam heating systems still in existence. Electricity and indoor plumbing, two things that to many of us, including myself, take for granted daily, which is why I am writing this short note. Of your best effort to solve a hot water problem for Jerry was nothing short of amazing. Your genuine care and concern for others is epic. Thank you. Please accept my small but mighty donation to Mikey Pipes Philanthropy. Be well, stay safe, and God bless." Wow. Thanks, Neil. That's really, really nice, Neil. Appreciate it. And thank you so much for your donation check. Appreciate it. So a couple things that we're going to do, that I'm going to do this week. Hopefully I get my mouse to charge. There it is. Excellent. As we approach the cooling season here in the communist state of New York, I am going to send out newly redesigned email reminders to all of our clients. I hired a Fiverr to design not one but two email templates. Let me show you what I'm working. So here's the first template. This is the main screen. It's gonna say hi, their name. There's a picture of our facility in the background with just a preseason AC special, looking pretty good. What's included? It's a 45-point inspection. And if you click this, it's supposed to bring you to our website on what we actually give them for that 45-point inspection. So I got to fix that. Right now it's just linking to there. But I have a 45-point inspection of what's item by item, what it does. We have the indoor and outdoor unit cleaning, general maintenance on one system or ductless, and we have discounts for multiple systems. Now, I don't like to normally disclose pricing on the main channel, but this is the uncensored, so I don't give a fuck. With a capacitor and that full 45-point inspection, it's a $385 expense per system. If you have a second system, we're going to take $50 off that if you want it. And if you have more than two systems, we can talk about, spending all day there and really doing the right thing, or multiple days there. So that's that. You can book online. Some helpful tips for homeowners, for business owners. There's a picture of, this is actually the truck we sold a while ago. This was Daniel's first truck. Now he's in the extended wheelbase. And yeah, that's that. Here's the other one that template that was also designed. So there that is, just the truck. Nice, good branding there. Summer is almost here. Is your AC ready? You can schedule your maintenance by clicking the button. It was a preseason special, valid till May 31st. You get a free capacitor, 45-point inspection, $385. Includes that lifetime motor capacitor, a 210 value. And AC tune-up for residential, commercial, and some coupons. And yeah, not too shabby. Not too shabby.
Let me get, please, guys, your thoughts and feedback on design number 1, design number 2. I happen to like both of them, but I'd like to get your feedback from the community. Really appreciate it. Much in advance. One more thing I want to show you as I venture into getting more commercial clients. I'm trying to break more into the commercial I'm trying to break into more of the commercial, I guess. Damn, I can't even speak. What the hell? Commercial. I keep saying commercial. I want some more commercial jobs. Okay? I want to do more rooftop systems. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm going to keep it real, like I always do. At the end of the day, there's a huge difference between doing residential HVAC service and commercial HVAC service. Huge difference. So if I can break into more of the commercial clientele, that's awesome. Not only for the company, but for the guys as well, because there's a huge difference going onto a roof when it's 85 degrees or 95 degrees versus going into an attic in a home when it's 85, 95 degrees. And it's never really 95 degrees here in New York that much. Maybe we'll have a heat wave where it's 90 degrees for more than 3 days for like maybe once a year. But generally it's in the high 80s or 80s, you know? And if we're doing replacement systems, you know, we're getting the air handler done immediately before 9:30 in the morning. Getting out of the attic ASAP, getting outside, and we're done by 12, 1 o'clock. You know, these companies that take, 2 days to do an install, even like myself included, on not being there, I had 2 technicians on site in Florida, Central Florida. It took them 2 fucking days to replace a 5-ton indoor and outdoor unit with a line set. I'm like, that is just, that is not having the proper guidance and the proper management and the proper supervision. That's all that is. Right? And if your guys are taking that long, something is seriously wrong. You need to evaluate that. And you could be much more productive. And it's also great for morale. It really is. So I have, I got to show you the ad or the flyer that I designed. I think it looks pretty good. Where is it? Here we go. You guys are going to love this. I have a 2-page double-sided flyer.
Here it is. Okay, it's on 8.5 by 11, 100-pound paper stock, glossy. Here is the top. There's the bottom, right? So there's the whole thing right there. Grand opening special. There's my die-cut sticker that we put on systems without the QR code there. And the grand opening special, Pipe Doctor Home Services is now in Woodmere, and we're serving commercial clients with the same 5-star service our residential clients trust. So we do it all. There's our location, and let's go to page 2. This is the offer. So we're doing a limited time offer. We're gonna give the first 100 new commercial clients who schedule a service or maintenance appointment a free service call and a $100 parts credit. This may sound obscene, right? But it actually works. And this offer expires May 30th, actually May 31st. And don't wait, scan that in today and book online.
Now, some of you may be thinking, Mikey Pipes, you're crazy. No shit. Did you not get the memo? However, I tried a similar approach, almost identical approach to the operation in Orlando, Florida, last September. Okay? Where we gave away a free service call and a free repair up to $100 of my cost of parts. And for the previous 2 months, we ran a deficit, right? Because we weren't really, wasn't really generating any revenue because my guy was just sitting there doing nothing because the phone was ringing because whatever, it is what it is. So during that 1 month, we actually were profitable. Seriously. even though we were giving away parts with $100 value of our cost. And what that means is if the capacitor, this whole is capacitor, I know it's not a capacitor. If the capacitor costs $10, it's free. If the outdoor condenser fan motor costs $95, it was free. And believe it or not, I know it sounds crazy, we actually churned a profit for that month. We did. I showed you the numbers online. It's incredible. Because some systems needed additional parts. And no, I didn't mark up the parts, whatever. But let me tell you something. I sell capacitors for $210. And if you're selling for $20, you're leaving fucking money on the table. Okay? I have this message on my desk right here. This guy named Greg. Daniel's 2 to 4 appointment on yesterday. Asked to speak. He complained about capacitor pricing. Okay. There's a reason for people complaining about capacitor pricing or any pricing, and that's because they're not seeing value. If you're not delivering value, the customer, the homeowner, the end user are going to complain about the price. Here, I'm going to call them up. I'm going to tell them that, listen, blah, 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 blah. And worst comes to worst, I'll give them a discount of 10%. And I'll apply it I'll send him a check or give him a credit right back on his credit card, his original method of payment. I don't want to deal with the nonsense, and also I'll have to have that conversation with Daniel, even though Daniel's a great sales tech. We need to make sure that we explained what this part does, how it operates, how long we guarantee it for, and get approval to install the part before completing the service call. I'm a big fan of installing parts out of my truck, brand new. Let's call this a gas valve. I know it's not a gas valve, it's a 1/2-inch copper sweat 90, but nonetheless, let's call it a gas valve. You replace a thermocouple on a, standing pilot gas valve system. Whether it's a water heater, boiler, furnace, don't really fucking matter, right? You change that thermocouple and the pilot still won't stay on. Okay, homeowners helicoptering over you like a Bell helicopter from New York City helicopter tours as about to crash, maybe too soon. And the helicopter client may be asking, okay, what is this gonna cost? Like, well, I have to finish my diagnosis, but for my diagnosis, I'm taking a brand new part. In this case, it's called the gas valve, and I am going to install it in your system for diagnosis testing. And we'll see what happens. Once I put that part in and I've verified and completed my diagnosis, now I can approach the homeowner with the diagnosis. Sir, you had a pilot that was out. We tested the pilot flame sensor. It normally reads, I'm going to give you numbers like with 9-volt battery because that's the most way people complain, understand. This 9-volt battery, instead of it giving out a charge of 9 volts so that your kid's toy runs fine, it's putting out around 6 volts. So the toy's running a little slow and the kid's crying, and you're like, let me just change the battery. So I put a new thermocouple in. Even though it was still kind of good, not so good, but that didn't solve the problem. But we could take it back out if you want. I put a new gas valve in, one brand new from the truck for testing, and sure enough, the gas valve the original gas valve in your system is defective, and it needs to be replaced. If the gas valves cost X amount of dollars, this pilot flame sensor costs X amount of dollars, and your grand total with tax, including a safety and combustion analysis on your heating system. But by the way, we do this, I didn't do it yet, but we do a safety check utilizing a sophisticated piece of equipment called a combustion analyzer, where we put a probe in the exhaust gases before it goes up and out your chimney or outside of your house. To make sure that the carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, O2 levels, CO2 levels are all normal and the temperatures are fine, dialed in where they should be. Because I believe that what good is a heating system that is working, but unless it's working safely and properly. And if you ain't testing, you're kind of guessing, right? But we include that on every service call, even if it puts over that time limit of X amount of hours, whatever. It's gratis on the house. It's like, by the way, so your total for the 2 parts and my labor and everything else and is X amount of dollars. Shall I proceed? By the way, we take cash, debit, or credit card, and also digital payments like Zelle, Venmo, Cash App, if that's convenient for you. We don't take personal checks, but you're free to give me gold bullion, bearer bonds, loose, change under your sofa, what have you. I throw this in. I'm not exaggerating. This is what I actually say when I am presenting, and I hit him with I'm hitting him with the price to make the repair, regardless of what it is. But sometimes there's some sticker shock, you know? So you try to get them to laugh, and you throw in that other stuff at the end, like we also take, gold bullion, bearer bonds, loose change, diamonds, It gets them to, breathe a little bit. And if you notice right before that, I also said we take digital payments, like Zelle, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, for example. Because believe it or not, some clientele are hesitant to ask, well, how do I pay this? So you introduce the conversation on how they can complete the transaction with the transfer of currency from one individual to another. So you discuss that, right? And depending on if your company allows, we offer financing, 6, 12, 18 months interest-free financing. Listen, if I need to replace a water heater, and I'm talking about we're putting in a tankless water heater, and it's going to cost them $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, you best believe I'm going to bring that up just to set the idea out there that, hey, it is an option. If you want to go with some financing, interest-free financing, we do offer it. Throw it out there. They may be asking it at it, just too embarrassed to ask the question. Hope you guys have a great Tuesday, April 15th. Don't forget to file your fucking taxes so our great country could live another day. Catch you in the next one. Be well. God bless. Stay safe.